In July of 2017, Aidan O'Connell was a zero-star recruit coming out of Adlai Stevenson High School, where he would have to decide whether or not football was his future. And with just 2 offers on the table, Aidan decided to walk on at Purdue, where his life would then change forever.
Aidan O'Connell came to Purdue as a walk-on. For 2 years, he didn't play. He persisted and earned the starting job. Now he's working for more.
Assets minus liability. Tiger, F back. Again! Again! Again!
6 years later, he was then drafted by the Las Vegas Raiders as a long-term project, and now is in the running to not only be the starter going into 2024, but maybe even the future of the Las Vegas Raiders. But how good is Aidan O'Connell actually? Let's find out. According to 247 Sports, there were 224 better quarterbacks, at least better than Aidan O'Connell coming out of high school. Now, when Aidan O'Connell decided to take his talents to Purdue, he knew it was going to be an uphill battle to ever get playing time with this team. In fact, there were 5 quarterbacks listed ahead of Aidan O'Connell on the initial depth chart when he was a freshman. Fast forward to his redshirt sophomore season, where he was actually listed as the 3rd string quarterback on the depth chart. But suddenly, opportunity has arrived, injuries have taken place, and head coach Jeff Brom threw him into the fire. Aidan O'Connell would then engineer 2 game-winning drives in fourth quarters, and just like that, he started to make a name for himself. During the 2020 season, Aidan O'Connell continued to get more and more playing time as games went on, and started to build a connection with some of his receivers. And during that 2020 season, he actually built a rapport with now Cleveland Browns wide receiver David Bell, connecting 5 straight games in a row with 100 yards receiving, and that was a program record. From there, Aidan O'Connell became the full-time starting quarterback for the team. In 2021, threw for over 3,700 yards, 28 touchdowns to just 11 interceptions. Following that up in 2022, which was his senior season, his last year in Purdue, where he threw for over 3,400 yards, 22 touchdowns to 13 interceptions. Heading into the 2023 NFL Draft, Aidan O'Connell just wanted a chance, an opportunity to showcase his talent at the next level. And through the first 3 rounds and 7 quarterbacks taken, it wasn't until the end of the 4th round when his dreams finally came true. And with the 135th overall pick of the 2023 draft, the Las Vegas Raiders selected Aidan O'Connell. During Aidan O'Connell's first couple of games during the NFL preseason, it became apparent that not only was he going to be a good quarterback at the NFL level, but he was the best one on the roster. Now, before we dive into exactly how good Aidan O'Connell actually is, do me a massive favor, guys. Hit the like button, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering the Raiders throughout the entirety of the offseason, the preseason, the regular season, breaking down film, and keeping you guys updated with everything you guys need to know. So join the family if you haven't already done so, and comment down below a stat line prediction for Aidan O'Connell this season, and do you think he actually wins the starting job on day 1? Let's get right into the video.
I'm excited. I mean, what Aidan did the last 4 games. And what he's done this offseason, changing his body, his work ethic, being here every day, blocking out the outside noise, not worried about anything. I'm excited. And then you bring Gardner in here, and then listen, you talk about personality. I know you guys interviewed him. It's great. It's great for our building. It's great for our quarterback room. And if you got competition in the quarterback room, what does every other room look at? Looking at those 2 guys. Anthony Brown's done a heck of a job as well. So what I see is guys getting out there early. Aidan is already kind of taking the bull by the horn, and he's leading the way, and Minshew's right there doing as well. 2 guys that's played, and you saw them play against each other last year, and they went neck to neck. But I'm really excited to see what happens. I think it's going to be a process. We're going to stick to the process. But as I said before, Aidan's earned the right to go out there and get the first snap.
Now, one of my favorite things about Aidan O'Connell as a quarterback is just the IQ in general as a rookie. really something you love to see. Now, in this play specifically, we're going to get pre-snap motion here by the wide receiver. He's going to cross the formation, which is going to send this safety in line with him, which means it is most likely man-to-man coverage. But another thing we're going to see on this play specifically is towards the right side, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here. Is the linebacker switch sides, and then number 41 is going to bite up to the line of scrimmage, which tells us this could be a blitz, right? Could be a safety blitz coming off this right side. So let's see how Aidan O'Connell handles it, right? So one, he's going to point out how the linebacker switched. He's going to understand that, they're going to flip their play defensively. So right away, he is going to understand that we need to be able to stop this new look defense, right? So we're going to get a pulling guard. We're going to have this guy get to the second level, and watch how this play actually breaks down here for Aidan O'Connell. One, he's going to be right. There is going to be a blitz off that right side with that number 41. We're going to get extra guys pulling to the right side of the formation because we know they're going to try to get extra guys over there. And then watch how he reads the linebacker, just enough to allow the tight end to get right over him. He's going to step up, feel the pressure in the pocket, does a great job feeling the pressure, having the awareness, staying in the pocket, and then putting on a beautiful little throw over to the crosser on the tight end. This is beautiful play there, and I think that him doing this as a rookie really shows how good he could be down the line.
Seeing his maturity and seeing how he's starting to talk back, and talk some shit back, and I encourage it. You know what I mean? It's like that's what I want him to do. The best of the best. They're ultimate competitors. The Mahomes, the back in the day, the Bradys, the Peyton Mannings, the guys like that. They were always jawing back and forth and standing up. It's at the end of the day, you show a little bit of weakness, people are gonna hop all over that. So for him, seeing him, kind of come back, at us, it's awesome to see.
And honestly, I think Max Crosby is onto something. I think the confidence you're starting to see Aidan O'Connell play with, even those last 4 games of the season, he looks like a different quarterback. And, you watch this dude play from week 4 to now, it's a completely different player. And I guarantee you'll see an even bigger jump from last season to this season, right? Now, on this play specifically, we're going to see something really good here by Aidan O'Connell. We're going to get some immediate pressure off the edge, okay? So when you're a quarterback in this situation, you cannot panic. You have to step up, right? Use your offensive line as a weapon. But what he does here, steps up in the pocket, sets his feet, and then boom, is noticing the outside route, the outside dig to Jacoby Myers, and puts it on a dart. Look at this throw in between 2 defenders, gets it to go. Unbelievable play. Not only avoiding pressure, stepping up, setting his feet, and then throwing a dart. The confidence this dude is playing with was at an insane level to end the year last year, and I think it's going to be even better next season. Now, here's another really good play here by Aidan O'Connell. We're going to get a comeback route here to the bottom of the screen. I want to show you the throwing with anticipation, the ability to understand where his receiver is going to be and when he's going to make that cut. Now, the main thing to focus in on this play is this deep safety. We do not want him to think that Aidan O'Connell is throwing in this direction. So what he does is kind of just, again, manipulate him with his eyes. Right when the ball is snapped, he's going to look to the right side of the field, which is going to keep this deep safety honest, right? He can't overcommit to one side, because if he does, that's how quarterbacks are able to beat you. So he's going to go through all of his progressions, but in reality, he knows that he wants his bottom comeback route, right? So boom, he's going to turn his head last second and get ready to throw this ball. Now, as he is throwing this football, the wide receiver is hasn't even made his break yet. So again, we talk about throwing with anticipation. Some of the best quarterbacks in the NFL still struggle with throwing with anticipation, but Aidan O'Connell as a rookie, right when the wide receiver turns around, the ball is already there, right? Unbelievable catch, right? I would like to see the wide receiver actually turn, open up his hips in the other direction during this comeback route, but still ends up being an unbelievable play here, right? If you open up your hips to the sideline, probably make this a lot smoother of a catch, but still, right? Unbelievable play by Aidan O'Connell and the wide receiver. And what really excites me about Aidan O'Connell is how he ended the year last year. I mean, this dude has, progressed from week 4 of the regular season to the very, very end. This dude's gone better each and every single game. That's just something we have noticed, right? When it comes to, going through his progressions, keeping plays alive, extending plays, right? The arms talent, this guy is really, really good at football, right? So on this play specifically, there's going to be a lot of pressure around the edge. What he does here, he's going to step up, get outside the pocket, and then watch this throw as he is going to lead his tight end up the field and throw it in the most perfect spot you could ever place, right? You could ever place it. Off the run, off the back foot, moving, throwing to the right. Look at this ball placement. Unbelievable ball placement for his tight end to go up and grab. Guys, you have Brock Bowers, you have Jacoby Myers, you have Devontae Adams, you have Michael Mayer. Aidan O'Connell has so many weapons among his disposal. Trey Tucker, right? Zamir White. I am so excited to see what he does. I know right now we have just heard the news that he is going to be in a competition with Gardner Minshew, but as of right now, he holds the keys, right? Depending on what he can do during training camp and preseason, that will tell us what kind of quarterback he is going to be. But to go from a 0-star recruit to a walk-on at Purdue, the 5th string quarterback on a roster, to being drafted as the 8th quarterback in your draft class, to then being the 4th starter. There's only 4, maybe 5 starters in that draft class going into next season. He's one of them, and now potentially being just the future of this Raiders team. This dude has really came up out the mud, and I don't see him stopping anytime soon.
Who were like the quarterbacks you wanted to model your game after, and who were the ones you watched growing up and wanted to be like?
It was really just Tom Brady to me.
It was Tom.
That was really it.
So how good is Aidan O'Connell actually? I would say he's pretty good. Going from a 0-star recruit, not ranked within 225 quarterbacks in your recruiting class, walking on at Purdue, being the 5th option on the depth chart, to becoming the starter, to winning the job, to being a 4th-round pick of the NFL draft, slept on, 7 quarterbacks going ahead of you, to going from a project in the NFL to a starter, and now potentially is the future of the Las Vegas Raiders. So yeah, Aidan O'Connell, he's pretty good. But what he does next is going to be the most important thing of his career.